everyone. We have one more match, then we're going to take a quick break, and then we have 12 more matches coming up. Pizza crumbled under pressure.
Yeah, I have to believe so. The Guardian pilot for Pizza was making piloting errors left and right. Obsidian Front split their damage amongst several of the supports for Pizza, and the Guardian pilot just couldn't keep up. And meanwhile, Pizza was applying all of their DPS to single primary for long periods of time when reps were already catching and just not able to kill anything.
Well, if we look at the way the fight might have gone, if we just tacked on another 5 minutes there, it very easily could have turned around because they had Obsidian's logistics tackled and going down fairly rapidly. As soon as that happens, they Pizza might have been able to win a DPS EHP war even after losing a lot of their secondary.
Yeah, absolutely. But coming back to Dolan's point, the Guardian was caught off guard by a sudden rush of damps. He was undamped for much of the match. He probably pulled range to stay safe. And suddenly he got damped and a Vexor went down.
But even the second Vexor going down was under a case where he wasn't damped at all.
Yes.
He had a single rep on the Vexor and then accidentally placed reps
Yes.
on Enyos that weren't taking damage anymore.
Yeah, at that point he was ripping 2 frigates and not putting all of his reps on his Vexor. At that point he should have, just put that extra little the focus on the Vexor and maintain their DPS.
And you could even see there he was clearly switching his locked target and didn't switch properly and landed a rep on the Enyo that wasn't taking any damage just when it was getting really sketchy for the Vexor.
Well, good logistics pilot is really what makes or breaks a lot of these on the cusp of being good teams. If you don't have a good logistics pilot, it's gonna fall apart.
It certainly looks like it. We're seeing a few, at least stuff that looks like a mistake. Sometimes, we do talk to people on the forums afterwards, and there might have been some legitimate reason, but these past few matches, we've certainly seen a few logistics pilots that look like they're making mistakes.
All the way back to Outbreak versus Verge. I mean, that was a huge match that Outbreak had won and just completely threw it off of poor logistics piloting. And that's a case where it keeps a really good team away from being a great team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we make mistakes in Pandemic Legion and in the tournaments constantly, still on the logistics side, even when we're now down to 3 logistics pilots, pretty much. Still, mistakes happen, and these tournament situations, especially when it is as close as that match was, it certainly is very possible.
Just a little bit to explain sort of the logistics cruisers. So only a single logistics cruiser or a support cruiser is allowed per team, and they are typically the team that will fit the only remote repping modules. So only one ship is also allowed to fit those. They have bonuses to remote rep, typically very small sig, quite quick, but their job is basically they're the healing priest that keeps the other team's armor and shield up. And they come in armor and shield varieties of the Scimitar and the Basilisk versus the Claymore and the Executor.
Yeah. And the mechanical difference between the two is that you activate an armor rep, and at the end of its cycle, it gives you the armor HP value that it would restore, and on a shield, at the beginning of the cycle, it actually gives you the shield that it would restore. So it takes... Shield logistics are, in my opinion, a little better for Tinker when you're worried about losing frigates because... it allows you to immediately put the reps on, so reaction time isn't as key. And here we're talking about armor repairs and shield boosters. Basically, they're the same thing, but they're they're a self-used module. You fit them to your own ship. The ancillary shield booster is something that you put cap charges in, and you don't have to run it off of your local capacitor. And the ancillary shield ancillary armor rep is something that you put nanite repair paste in, same way, doesn't use capacitor.
All right, that's a great explanation. We're ready to go with Sadistic Alliance versus the Kadeshi. Dolan?
I'll go with the Kadeshi.
What were the teams? Sorry.
Sadistica and Kadeshi and not Razor.
I will go with Kadeshi because Sadistica has been disappointing me lately.
I'm going to go with Kadeshi as well.
I think I will as well. 4 people must be right.